Hey guys, Bruce from Cell Pro here. Like this video please and subscribe to the channel. This is an S23 screen replacement. Here we go. Alright, so this back glass has obviously been replaced before. So what you do is you just kind of grab this guy, kind of work it in there. You want to use guitar picks as often as possible. So once that's in there, just start working around. It's going to be a lot harder than this. I've also heated this up with a heat mat. Use a hair dryer. Heat mats are the best, obviously, but they're expensive. Because this has been taken off before, this guy just pops right off. Well, it's supposed to, at least. There we are. All right, so that's done. Now we're gonna start taking some of these screws off. Screwdrivers when I'm low on batteries. Damn, I'm gonna need some juice on this bad boy. There we go. Again, I'm just gonna push this guy up here. Push this back down here. Right. It's coming off. Now I'm gonna go for this bottom part. Whoops. Just gonna move the camera a little bit here. Should pause the video for this actually, shouldn't I? Ah well, such is life. Cool, all right. No screws. So now we're gonna, excuse me, pop that guy off. Disconnect the old battery there. Disconnect this guy. She's off. Do want to be careful for little components in there and what angle you attack it from. There's no components over here, so I try and attack it. Kind of look at the board and see where there's no components and then approach it from that way. There's nothing here. So there we go. Now we're gonna lift this board. Blammo, board's out of there. All right, so now we're gonna approach it from this guy's always a bit of a pain to get out, isn't it? So I'm just gonna use, there we go. Like so, put that aside. Now we're gonna do charge port. These screws, we want to keep them separate from all the other screws. And there also is a your card in the bottom there, so you pop that bad boy off. Take that off like so. Take that guy off. All right, so this is a bit of a tricky one, and it is specific to the S20 whatevers. But to get this out, you really just want to pick at the sides here like this. Takes a few minutes, but it's all right. There we go. Again, I get my hand in like that. All right, that guy's off. Okie dokie, now we gotta get this battery off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pause the video for a sec. All right, so now what I use here to get the battery out is, this is 99% isopropyl alcohol. I put you guys are at home aren't gonna have this syringe thing. Well, maybe you will, but you can go like that and just get enough in there. That way, what I do is I just kind of take the syringe and it just allows me to apply it a little bit better, specifically to the areas that I want. And then I'm just gonna give this a minute or two. I'm gonna pause the video again for 1 minute. All right, it's been about 1 minute since we applied the isopropyl alcohol. So really, you want to get anything really. You probably not best to use metal because you don't want to puncture the battery. So I apply force down and then pull up a little bit. It's not moving much for me right now. So I'm just gonna pull it over to my chest here to get some more leverage. There we go. All right, now obviously we hear it coming off, and now I'm gonna put a little bit up. Oh shoot, that was way too much. Oh well. We'll have to deal with that later. Anyways, it is isopropyl, so it dries fast. It's not a big deal. Anyways, now I'm gonna need some more isopropyl, but whatever. Okay, that was embarrassing. That has never happened before, but first time's for everything, I guess. And this comes off quite well now. So a lot of isopropyl used. Anyways, okay, so there's the old part that we have here. I'm gonna take some of these parts off so I can salvage it, because I do have this. Now, in this case, what I did is I actually took the OLED. I just bought the OLED because it was cheaper and I had a really nice looking frame in good condition, significantly better than this frame here. As you can see, it's in nice condition, and bought the LCD. Bought the LCD, and that allowed me to not have to buy a frame with it. Anyways, just gonna clean this all up here. All right, so now we're going to just start putting this bad boy back together. I'm gonna do my best to let that battery dry. All right, let's start with this board. That's back into place. Let's put this back into place. So you know what, I'm gonna wait on that. Okay, let's check out this battery here. Make sure I didn't get it too damn wet. Yeah, I can see it's a little wet in there. All right, I'm gonna pause the video. I actually just need to take this off, and I need to make sure that gets dry before I start it up. Okay. All right, so I got that open, so I'm gonna let that air dry for a minute or two while we finish up doing this. Gotta make sure that's tucked in here. Okay. This guy's gonna go right in here. Like so. Don't like to press on that too hard, that's for sure. That's harder than I wanted. All right, and I just peeled that up a bit because of all the isopropyl, just to let it dry, and then I'm just gonna tuck that back down there. Not the kind of workmanship that I like, but it's not terrible either. Just a bit of a mistake. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put forgot to put some tape down here. There's never a tape on this, so I just don't put tape on that. So it's, you know, I don't know what it's for. It's probably for heat deflection or heat absorption or whatever, but I just don't like to do it because it wasn't there in the first place. So I try and avoid that. There. Now we're lifting that up. Lifting that up. Lifting that up. Lifting that up. Then we're gonna take the battery. Battery, we want to tuck up to the top here. That looks terrible, but whatever. Okay, now, I haven't done this where I salvaged a screen before, or salvaged a frame, and then just bought the screen for the S23. So we're gonna test that out and make sure we have success with it before I proceed much further. That guy's in there. All right, we're gonna put a screw or two in. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Let's test it first, and then we'll go back and fix that. It's probably out of batteries. So let's just plug this bad boy in. And it's looking good. Okay. Gotta do one thing here. I forgot to put those screws in. Not a big deal. Okay, so there we are. Whoops. Those. That guy in. That guy. And this guy. Alright, we're gonna shut that down. We're gonna put this guy in where she needs to be. Make sure that's all clipped into place like so. That's all good. Let's start putting some screws in her. Let's start putting some screws to her, all right? Hey, boys. There were a couple smaller ones. Oops. There we have it. The camera's moving a bit, isn't it? Shoulder's starting to hurt too. Too early for this. Too early in the gosh darn morning. There we go. Look at that, my hands are all sticky. We got one screw that's missing a home there. Okay, we should have one more here. We got one extra screw. There it is. Why is that not liking it? There we go. All right, great. All right, and I do have the adhesive working pretty well on this guy already. So, all right, guys, that's pretty much this video here, and I'm actually about to have a customer walk in, so I'm gonna have to say excuse me for 1 second. But yeah, like and subscribe to this channel if you like this video. Give me a thumbs up, make a comment, ask some questions, all that good stuff. And we're about to put the finishing touches on it, like so. Now I'm gonna go throw it on the heat pad and make sure that glue all adheres. All right, guys, thanks a lot. As I said, subscribe. Thanks. Bye.